There's a fire burning just beneath the surface of every company, every team, every leader who's sick to the bone of watching momentum slip away, profits stumble, and potential waste itself in endless meetings and turnover. It's a nightmare you know too well. Bright minds leaving, burned out faces clocking in like zombies, creativity suffocated under the weight of exhaustion nobody dares to admit, is crushing the soul of the workplace. If your gut is twisting right now, that's because you feel it too. Your people are dying inside. Not literally, but every second they drag through uninspired work, they lose themselves. And what does that cost? Not just the paycheck, but the spirit, the edge, the future of your entire company. You're furious, and why shouldn't you be? You pour time, money, dreams into your business, only to have everything bleed out through slow leaks of disengagement, stress, and quiet desperation masquerading as just another day at work. The way most businesses approach wellness is like trying to heal a broken machine with a coat of paint. You see the glossy wellness programs and mandatory yoga sessions offered by some companies, and you think, that'll never cut it. It's just a band-aid, a line on a quarterly report, a PR stunt. And you're right. But here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say. The problem isn't just that wellness programs exist, it's that they often miss the real point. They give you meditation apps, smoothie bars, or 10,000 steps challenges and call it a day. But deep down, your people are screaming for purpose, connection, and a reason to come alive every single morning. So if you truly want to flip the script to transform wellness from a boring expense into a profit-driving engine, there's only one way to do it, and it demands you shatter every illusion you've been taught about employee health. Forget free fruit and gym memberships. Those are crumbs. You must build a culture where wellness is part of the very DNA of who you are as a company. You have to be obsessed, relentless, and radical in how you approach it. That means starting with the heart of the matter. Freedom. Real individual freedom. Not the fake freedom handed in cookie-cutter policies where people clock in and out like cogs, but the freedom to choose, to grow, and to belong. Toss out the decrees that treat employees like numbers and start treating them like whole, complicated humans. This is the kind of wellness that detonates profits because it unlocks what no fancy spreadsheet can measure: human potential. You need to dismantle the toxic process everything mindset, build systems that don't just serve the business, but serve the human being standing inside it. That means creating environments where barriers fall, where voices that used to be silent roar with ideas, where isolation gives way to powerful bonds, where each individual knows they are part of something bigger and more meaningful than just their job title. Here's a shock. Real wellness programs start with brutal honesty. You must face that your people are overwhelmed, disconnected, scared to burn out, but paralyzed about how to escape the grind. Your company is not the place it wants to be. Not yet. But it can be. Start by introducing rituals of transparency. Weekly sessions where the raw truth is shared, mental health openly discussed without shame, where mistakes are allowed and learning is celebrated like a victory. This breaks down fear, builds trust, and suddenly, energy starts pulsing through the office like electricity. But don't stop there. Inject radical autonomy into every role. Let people own their processes, make decisions, and redesign how they work. It's not about micromanagement. It's about unleashing laser-focused individuals who are hungry to make an impact on their own terms. This demands training managers to step down from their pedestals and become coaches, mentors, allies. Imagine a world where leaders don't control, but inspire relentlessly. That is the kind of environment that feeds wellness, like oxygen feeds fire. Now, cast aside the simplistic work-life balance slogans. The truth is, your people want integration, not separation. They want meaning that seeps through every hour, every meeting, every project. Bring in practices that blur the lines. Flexible hours, remote options, mental breaks guided by science. Yes, but above all, opportunities for deep connection. Human connection ignites health and engagement faster than any app ever could. Real wellness is forged in those moments when someone feels truly seen and valued. Still, nothing will matter if you don't measure what moves the needle. Redefine your KPIs. Track burnout rates, not just attendance. Monitor how many people feel psychologically safe enough to share ideas. Gauge the true emotional temperature of your teams. When you obsess over these numbers, you gain the power to intervene early and amplify what works before profit leaks away. This data-driven emotional intelligence will be your company's secret weapon to transform wellness from a cost into a catalyst. Listen closely. Wellness is not a nice to have. It's the epicenter of your entire organization's survival. The companies that master this transcend the competition, not just by cutting costs or innovating products, but by awakening a workforce that thrives in complexity, that leaps over obstacles fueled by purpose and genuine care. What you face now is simple. Stay stuck in outdated illusions where people are resources to be optimized, or become the leader crazy enough to flip the entire equation and rebuild from the human up. The world outside your walls is changing. Markets reward agility, not rigidity. Culture beats strategy every time. Investors no longer want just numbers. They demand stories of transformation, impact, and resilience. Founders who ignore this will be left bleeding out the door. Only those who dare to embed true wellness in the DNA of their organization will unlock the profits hidden beneath the surface. The profits born of a fire lit deep in the hearts of liberated individuals, connected by a fierce, unbreakable synergy. This is a call to rise. Stop tolerating noise and distractions. Demand results. Transform wellness into a movement, a strategy, a non-negotiable foundation. Build spaces where your people are not just surviving, but soaring. Where work feels like more than just work. It's belonging, purpose, growth, and relentless forward momentum. That's not fantasy. That's profit waiting to explode if you grab it with both hands. So here's the order. Rip apart your stale wellness plan now. Start asking your people raw questions. What crushes your spirit? What would make you jump out of bed every morning? Then build programs that respond with ironclad respect and fierce flexibility. Train your leaders to nurture intuition over process, heart over habit. Design systems where freedom isn't a buzzword, but the lifeblood of every decision. Track emotional health as a metric more sacred than sales forecasts. And finally, weave every individual into an ecosystem where their unique strengths create unstoppable momentum. Profit will follow, not because it's a wish, but because passionate. Well, people produce breakthrough ideas, higher retention, accelerated growth. If your company doesn't invest in true wellness, it's simply choosing slow death. If you want real success, it's time to stop playing it safe, stop settling for fake programs, and start crafting a radical culture that liberates every person, every day. The power is right there in front of you. Take it. This is the future of human resources, and it's ruthless in its demand for authenticity, courage, and allegiance to the actual people who make your business run. Own it, transform it, lead it, or watch profits drain while your competitors build empires on the fire you refuse to light. There is no middle ground anymore. Step up or step aside.